Hello, it's that time again. Greetings, my name is Calkos, and I want to cover in this episode a couple of things that I neglected to mention in the previous episode that I feel I should have. So, the first thing I'm going to cover on this episode is the crush system. So, there are three different types of crushes. There's highs, the high crush, there's low crush, and then there's power crush. So, I'm going to explain high crush and low crush first. They are they are pretty similar. They're different from power crush, but they are pretty similar. What a high crush is it is a move that goes under and evades all highs, and a low crush is a move that goes on over all lows. Now, when low crushes are pretty easy to tell what they are. Basically, if both of your character's feet go off the ground like this, it's a low crush. It's gonna go over lows. Basically, if you see that, it's going over a low. High crushes are a little bit harder. When you pick your character, you're gonna have to go in and you're gonna have to learn what is a high crush and what isn't. For example, with Steve here, this is a high crush. This is a high crush as well. At a certain point within the move, frame 4, 5, or 6, I think, within those moves. I can't remember exactly. But at some point, it's going to go under all highs. These two moves, okay? This move, however, as much as it looks like it should high crush, because Steve does duck under it, this is not a high crush. This evades highs. There is a difference, because if my opponent does a high move with a meaty hitbox that stays out there for a little while, they could catch me as my head comes back up before I hit my move. That happens. That's a thing that can happen. So you need to understand the difference between a move that high crushes and one that evades highs. So, for example, something like this, that'll crush highs as well. My weaves here. So that's really simple. That's mostly character dependent. That's something you're going to have to figure out over time. The next thing I want to teach you is something called throw teching. So, nobody likes getting thrown, okay? Getting thrown kind of sucks. Nobody likes it. But what a lot of people don't understand is that there's actually a way to tech these. There's a way to get out of it. Let me see if I can... Is there a way? Sidewalk. No, I don't think I can. Unless, hold on. Just give me a moment. Forget it. I'll do it the hard way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take Dragunov here and I'm gonna record him doing a grab. Okay? Just a simple, normal grab. Okay? There, we're good. See? That's a tech. I'll do it again. Alright, so, what that means is that that's a normal throw. So, normal throws can be teched by either pressing 1 or 2. Okay? Left punch and right punch if you remember my first video. That's how you tech normal throws. So, if you ever see somebody doing normal throws, just tech it by pressing 1 or 2. You can also tech throws if he throws you while you're doing a move, you can tech it. Now, the reason why I'm showing you that before I explain Power Crush is important. So let me show you what a Power Crush is. This is a Power Crush. A Power Crush is a move that gains super armor after a certain point in the move. Basically, it means that if they do this, all of their attacks you'll just absorb all of their attacks, and you'll go all the way through it, okay? Something like that is also a Power Crush. So if they try to hit you high and medium, you'll just absorb their guard, okay? Now, what's important about this is that lows beat this. All lows beat this. So, if you do a low, you'll beat it. Let me see if I can, real quick, figure out what, No, it's not that. It's not that. Certainly not that. Oh, okay. I should know what this is, man. That's it. Okay, perfect. Okay. So... I'm gonna start recording. I'm gonna record him doing that. Okay? So I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Shit. Okay. Let me... I got a better idea. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's better, so... Okay. See that? It goes through everything. All of it. Highs and mids. I'll do that again. Now, the important part to distinguish is that Dragunov here is actually losing health. Okay? That's important to know. He does lose health. Okay? So, it does go through moves, but it's mostly like a get off me kind of thing that you can do. Now, I'm going to show you its main weakness. Okay? Let's play it again. See? Lows go through it, as I mentioned before. And you even get a counter hit. So if you have a counter hit low that's really quick, you can actually counter hit it. Now, that's power crushes. They're pretty good moves. I would use them sparingly though, because usually they're mid and they're kind of punishable. So be careful. Now, what I'm going to do is show you we're going to go back to throw teching now. And I'm going to show you how to teach yourself to throw tech. Now, if there's one thing you'll notice is that there's two kinds of normal throws. Okay, there's 1 plus 3. That's how you do a throw. And then there's 2 plus 4. That's how you do another throw. So, your first throw usually puts you on the same side after you're done with it. And your other normal throw puts you on the other side, as you can see. See, now I'm on the right side. Now... normally you can tech these normal throws with either a 1 or a 2. But there are some throws that you can't. You have to tech with either a 1 or a 2 or a 1 plus 2. So there's a little thing that you'll notice that I'm going to show you how to practice against. My 1 throw is using Steve's left arm, 1 plus 3. When I do it, his left arm reaches out forward. You see that? And when I do the 2 plus 4 throw, his right arm is forward. See? There's the left arm, there's the right arm. You see that? That's how you know which button your opponent pressed, so you know whether you have to press 1 or 2 on the throws where you can only press 1 or 2. And I'll explain. I'll show you what I mean by using the record function again. Actually, wait a minute. I messed that up. Move list. There we go. So now I'm going to go down to where his grabs are. Okay, so it's these right here. Dragunov is a really good character to practice against because he has one of each of these throws, right? He's got the reverse Victor Clutch, he's got the Victor Clutch, and he's got the Blizzard Rush. So what you do is you do that for 3 slots. So that way he does it randomly on each time, okay? And interval we're going to put as normal, okay? And now... I'm going to try and pay attention to which arm comes out. I'm screwing it up. I'm trying to pay attention to which arm comes out so that way I can break it. See that? It's a really good exercise. And you might fuck it up a few times, but... So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the interval to long because it's kind of quick. So, we're going to try that again. Well, first I got to play it. Okay. See, I broke it. Broke it. Broke it. Didn't break that one. But that's how you tell, you know? That's how you practice it. It's a little... It takes practice and it takes some time. But if you're having trouble with it, go in and do this exercise for a little bit, you know? Pay attention to which arm is coming out, and eventually it'll become second nature. This is especially important against characters like Dragunov, which have one of each throw, and against characters like, for example, King, because King has 10 billion throws, and you gotta know how to break them. Like, for example, 2 of my sparring partners are King mains, and because of that now, like, if you play King... you're not going to be able to throw me, because I've seen every throw in the book, pretty much. You have to be creative if you want to throw me. So it's kind of rough, but just keep practicing and you'll get it. This is not something that you'll be able to get overnight. It takes time. It does take time. Now we have a little bit of time, so I'm going to put this back on the regular thing. Stand, guard all, stand up, all that good shit. Now I'm actually going to change characters as well. So, I'm going to go back to Miguel. And let's do random, Brimstone and Fire, why not? So now I'm going to teach you another important facet of this game, which is something you'll likely figure out when you first play it, but I'm gonna go a little in depth with it. I'm gonna teach you all about rage arts and rage drives. So let me activate rage here. So rage activates when you are at 25%, it's either 20 or 25% health or less. And you can tell it's active because your character will start giving off a red aura and your health bar will start blinking red. Now, Rage gives you access to 2 different things. It gives you access to a Rage Art, which is that, okay? It's basically a giant invincible move, invincible to highs, mids, lows, and throws. And that gives you a cinematic movie that does a ton of damage to your opponent. Only if it hits. Now, if they happen to block it, it's extremely unsafe. Almost all of them are launch punishable. Now, the safe rage arts are Steve, Jin, and Hwoarang. All of those have safe rage arts, but they have different other weaknesses. Steve's and Jin's rage arts are both high, so you can duck them. And Hwoarang's rage art is a safe mid, but needs to be, can only be done while in flamenco stance. So that's a rage art. That's really basic stuff. Now, within rage, when you also have rage, you also have a rage drive, which is when the opponent glows blue and basically does an EX version of one of their moves. And the EX version of the move that I'm doing here is that. So, rage arts pretty much do the same thing, you know? They all cause the cinematic thing. They all do similar amounts of damage. Rage arts, though, are very unique to each character. They're not created equally. Some rage arts are better than others. For example, Miguel's rage art is actually kind of bad. It only does 17 damage, and it does launch for a combo, but as far as rage arts go, it's actually pretty weak, because it already gives up your screw stance, which is a lot of your damage. Like, the most damage I think I could do off of this is this. Oh, 1 second. Let me try that again. It's 64, and I need a wall to be able to do it. Like, otherwise, I could do something like this. See, even then, it puts me off axis. You see that? Sometimes it puts me off axis for, like, no reason. But I can't even connect with that, either. Like, a combo, if I don't even hit a wall, will maybe do about 45 damage. That's nothing. A basic bread and butter will do at least 60 damage. So, like, his rage art is pretty bad. But it shows that they are unique to each character. And the instructions on how to do each rage drive is, I said rage art earlier, I meant rage drive, excuse me. The instructions on how to do rage drives for each character are on the versus screen. So when it brings up the versus screen, it will show you how to do the rage drive. But the directions that it gives you, always assume that you're facing to the right. So if you happen to be facing to the left, just reverse it. Man, this rage art sucks. Or rage drive, excuse me. Does that even work? Nah. Nah, forget it. So, that's basically it for today's episode. I've taught you high, low, and power crushing. I've taught you throw teching, and I've taught you rage arts and rage drives. On the next episode, we will teach you how to effectively use training mode, how to explore your character's different moves and strings, and how to use proper inputs. This is Calkos, and I'm signing off. I'll see you next time.